Welcome back to the channel, where we dive deep into the fascinating world of coins and collectibles. Today, we're turning our attention to a small but charming piece of Australian history, the 2007 Australian 10-cent coin in very fine condition. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your numismatic journey, this coin has some interesting stories to tell and value to explore. So let's jump right in. The 10-cent coin has been a staple in Australian currency since it was first introduced in 1966. Featuring the iconic lyrebird on the reverse and the ever-familiar portrait of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, this coin is instantly recognizable. The 2007 issue carries that same timeless design, but what makes it special is its condition. A coin in very fine condition shows clear details on the lyrebird's feathers and the Queen's profile, with only light signs of wear. It's the kind of coin that really allows you to appreciate the artistry and craftsmanship that went into its creation. Holding it, you can almost feel a small connection to Australian history and everyday life from more than a decade ago. Now let's talk about what this coin is made of. The 10-cent coin is composed primarily of cupro-nickel, which gives it a sturdy, silvery appearance that's resistant to corrosion. The round shape and smooth edges make it easy to handle, and despite being in circulation for years, a very fine coin maintains a pleasing luster and smooth feel. Its composition not only makes it durable for everyday use, but also appealing to collectors who appreciate well-crafted coins that last through the decades. Collectors love coins like the 2007 Australian 10 cents because they are relatively common, yet a coin in very fine condition can still stand out. The appeal comes from a combination of condition, historical significance, and the design itself. People are always looking to fill gaps in their collections, and coins from the 2000s are seeing a resurgence of interest. The 2007 10-cent coin, especially in very fine condition, is sought after by those who want a complete collection or who enjoy coins that have retained their beauty over time. Now, let's get to the exciting part, the market value. As of today, a 2007 Australian 10-cent coin in very fine condition typically sells for around $1.40, $0 to $1.75,000 in the collector market. While the coin's real value lies in its collectability and condition, coins that are exceptionally well preserved can sometimes fetch slightly higher prices, particularly if they're part of a larger set or purchased from a trusted dealer. The key is that this coin represents a fun and affordable entry point for anyone looking to enjoy the hobby of coin collecting. For those of you looking to add coins like this to your collection, the best advice is to handle them with care. Store them in protective holders or coin albums to preserve their condition. Avoid cleaning them harshly, as that can actually reduce their value. Instead, focus on collecting coins that have clear details and minimal wear. Over time, your collection can grow into a beautiful display of history and artistry, with coins like the 2007 10 cents serving as a shining example of the joy of collecting. So there you have it. The 2007 Australian 10-cent coin in very fine condition is more than just a small piece of metal. It's a piece of history, a work of art, and a collectible that brings a little bit of Australia into your hands. Whether you're starting your first collection or adding to an existing one, coins like this are a reminder of how fascinating and accessible numismatics can be. Thanks for joining me today, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more coin stories and market insights. Until next time, happy collecting. Next up, today, we're diving into a gem from Australia, the 2013 Australian 10-cent coin in very fine condition. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your collection, this coin has a story that's worth knowing, and we're going to explore everything from its history to its current market value. The Australian 10-cent coin has been a staple of everyday currency since it was first introduced in 1966. Featuring the iconic lyrebird on its reverse and Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, it is both a symbol of Australia's rich natural heritage and its historical connection to the monarchy. The 2013 edition may not be the rarest, but in very fine condition, it still stands out beautifully. This grade means the coin shows slight signs of circulation, with minor scratches or wear, yet all its details remain crisp and easily recognizable. It's the perfect example of a coin that's both collectible and still tangible in its everyday charm. Let's talk a little about the coin itself. The 2013 Australian 10 cent is part of Australia's bag of circulating coins. It is made from a durable cupronickel alloy, which gives it a shiny silver-like finish and ensures it withstands daily use. Its round shape and milled edges are classic, providing that satisfying feel when you hold it. Even after more than a decade, a very fine 2013 coin retains a pleasing weight and texture, making it a joy for collectors to add to their albums. Now, you might wonder, how popular is this coin among collectors? While it's not an ultra-rare coin, its appeal lies in its condition and its role as part of a complete set. Collectors who aim to maintain a full chronological set of Australian coins from recent decades will definitely be interested in a very fine 2013 Australian 10 cent. Its moderate availability also makes it an approachable and satisfying addition to both beginner and intermediate collections. Plus, its historical relevance adds a subtle prestige to any collection. When it comes to value, a 2013 Australian 10 cent coin in very fine condition is quite accessible. In today's market, you might expect it to sell for a small premium over its typically around $1.20, $0 to $1.30, $0 depending on the buyer and the venue. While it may not be a high-dollar investment, its real value lies in its collectability and the satisfaction of preserving a piece of Australian coin history. As interest in coin collecting grows, coins like this often find enthusiastic owners who are happy to pay a little extra for a well-preserved example. For those looking to add this coin to their collection, a few tips can make all the difference. Handle the coin carefully to preserve its very fine condition, ideally by the edges, and store it in a protective sleeve or album to avoid scratches or tarnish. If you're purchasing online or at a coin show, look for reputable sellers who accurately grade their coins. Even though this coin is relatively common, securing a piece in very fine or better condition ensures it maintains both aesthetic appeal and potential future value. In conclusion, the 2013 Australian 10 cent coin in very fine condition is a small but meaningful piece of history. It's durable, attractive, and offers collectors an accessible way to enjoy and preserve a slice of Australia's numismatic heritage. Whether you're expanding your collection or gifting a young collector, this coin is a wonderful choice. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insights, tips, and stories from the world of coins. Happy collecting! Next up, today, we're shining the spotlight on a true classic, the Australian 10 cents coin from 1970 in a beautiful rust green fine condition. This coin is not just a piece of currency, it's a piece of history that carries stories from over half a century ago. Let's dive into the history of this remarkable coin. The 10 cents coin was first introduced in 1966 when Australia transitioned to decimal currency. It features the iconic design of the male lyrebird on its reverse, a symbol of Australia's natural beauty and unique wildlife. The 1970 issue is especially cherished by collectors today, not just because of its age, but because of the subtle variations in color and patina that give each coin its unique character. Our example, showing a rust green tone, adds an extra layer of charm and rarity, making it a real eye-catcher in any collection. The coin's obverse showcases the familiar portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, a design that has changed subtly over the years. The 1970 minting was produced with care, and when preserved in fine condition, the details of the Queen's profile and the lyrebird remain clear and distinct, even after decades of circulation. Rust green toning is natural, giving the coin a vintage appeal that collectors love. This toning tells a story of time and the coin's journey through hands and pockets over the years. When it comes to composition, the 1970 Australian 10 cents coin is crafted from giving it a durable yet attractive finish. Its standard round shape and precisely minted edges make it instantly recognizable and pleasing to the touch. The coin's weight and diameter are perfectly balanced, which contributes to its satisfying feel when held in the hand. For collectors, understanding these characteristics is important, as they help identify genuine coins and distinguish them from modern replicas or lower quality pieces. Collector demand for this 1970 coin is surprisingly strong, particularly for examples in fine condition with that beautiful rust green patina. Coins from this era are appreciated not only for their historical value, but also for the artistry in their design and the stories they carry. Enthusiasts often seek coins like this to complete their decimal currency sets or to showcase as individual treasures. The unique color and condition of each coin make them stand out in collections, adding both aesthetic and investment value. Now, let's talk about market value. As of today, a 1970 Australian 10-cent coin in fine condition, showing that lovely rust green tone, can be valued between $1.40, $0, and $1.50, $0 depending on the rarity of the toning and the overall preservation. Coins with sharper details, minimal wear, or more vivid coloration can fetch higher prices among dedicated collectors. This makes it a coin that's both accessible and exciting for anyone starting their numismatic journey or looking to enhance an existing collection. If you're considering collecting this coin, there are a few things to keep in mind. Always check the coin's condition carefully. Fine coins with even wear are more desirable. Look out for unique toning like rust green or chocolate brown hues, as these naturally occurring colors can increase interest and value. Handle your coins with care, ideally using gloves, and store them in protective holders to preserve their condition. Joining a local or online coin community can also help you learn more and connect with other collectors who share your passion. In conclusion, the 1970 Australian 10-cent coin in rust green fine condition is more than just a coin. It's a small piece of history, a collectible treasure, and a testament to Australia's rich numismatic heritage. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this coin offers beauty, history, and lasting value. Thank you for joining us today to explore this fascinating coin. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more exciting journeys through the world of coins. Next up, today, we're diving into a fascinating piece of Australian coinage, the 1983 10-cent coin with rust brown toning on both the front and back. You might have seen coins like this in change or inherited them in an old collection, and you might even be wondering, could this ordinary 10-cent piece be worth more than it's today? Well, you're in the right place. Sit back as we explore the history, composition, collector demand, and current market value, all in a positive and informative way. Let's start by talking about the history of this coin. The 10-cent coin has been a staple of Australian currency since decimalisation in 1966. Designed by renowned sculptor Stuart Devlin, the reverse side features the iconic minke whale, a symbol of Australia's rich marine life and natural heritage. The obverse side, of course, carries the portrait of the Queen, as was customary in 1983. Now the typical 1983 Australian 10-cent coin you'll find in circulation has that familiar silver-gray color. However, some coins from that year display an unusual rust-brown toning on both sides, and that's what makes certain specimens truly interesting to collectors and enthusiasts alike. So why does this brown toning occur? Great question. Normally, Australian 10-cent coins are made from a cupro-nickel alloy, which means they don't rust in the same way iron or steel would. Instead, what we're seeing in these rust-brown coins is actually a surface reaction caused by environmental factors like long-term contact with certain soils, moisture, or chemicals. This sometimes creates a warm brown patina that gives the coin a unique look, different from the standard color. When we talk about the condition of the coin, collectors use very specific language to describe how worn or crisp a coin appears, from uncirculated to very fine and everything in between. A 1983 Australian 10-cent coin that still has sharp details on the whale and the lettering, even with brown toning, can be more attractive to a collector than one that is heavily worn. What's important here is that the toning doesn't damage the metal. It just gives the coin character. Now let's consider the composition and what that means for value. Since the coin is made of cupro-nickel, a mix of copper and nickel, its intrinsic metal value is only a few cents. What adds value isn't the metal itself, but the story the coin tells and how rare that story is. A rust brown toning all over both sides isn't something you see every day, so it naturally piques interest. Speaking of interest, let's talk about collector demand. Coin collectors are always on the lookout for unique or unusual examples of familiar coins. A standard 1,983 Australian 10-cent piece might exchange hands at with a shrug, but a coin with striking toning, especially balanced on both obverse and reverse, can attract attention from people who specialize in varieties and toned coins. These collectors enjoy pieces that stand out visually, and they're willing to pay more for coins that have eye appeal and story. That leads us to the question many of you are waiting for. What is the current market value of a 1,983 rust brown 10-cent coin in today's dollars? As of now, prices can vary quite a bit depending on the coin's overall condition, how evenly the brown toning presents, and the specific interests of buyers at the time. Generally speaking, a typical circulated 1,983 Australian 10-cent is still worth about 10 cents. But a well-toned example with attractive coloring and good detail can sell for a few dollars up to maybe $1.48, $0 or $1.75, $0 on online auction sites or at coin shows. Remember, values change over time as collector tastes shift and as more of these coins are found or sold. That's part of the fun of coin collecting. It's a living hobby. So, what tips can we offer to collectors who think they might have one of these special coins? First, always handle coins gently by the edges to avoid adding fingerprints or scratches. If possible, place your coin in a protective holder or flip to keep it safe from further wear. Try comparing it to a standard 1,983 Australian 10-cent piece to better appreciate how unique the toning is. And if you're curious about selling or learning more, consider joining a coin club or visiting an experienced coin dealer who can offer insight specific to your region and current market trends. Before we wrap up, let's remember why coins like this are so enjoyable to collect. They remind us that even everyday objects, coins we once used to buy lollies or pay for petrol, can become tiny treasures that connect us to history, artistry, and the enjoyment of discovery. That beautiful rust brown toning doesn't diminish the coin, it enhances its character and tells a story that a plain gray coin simply can't.